Welcome back to my cabin. Since buying this place, I've checked off project after project, but there's one you've barely seen because it's been happening quietly behind the scenes. It's also the project that has tested my patience more than anything else, and whether or not it worked would determine my future at this cabin. This has been a problem since I bought my cabin. And the truth is, I've been leaving a lot because I have to buy drinking water. I have to leave to take a shower. I have to leave to wash my clothes. And I hate it. And I'm completely and utterly fed up. Since day one of having my cabin, I've had to carry in all of my water. Now I do have a well, and if you remember in my very first cabin episode, I said this. This is my well. So far the well seems to be pretty good water. Yeah, I retract that statement. Don't get me wrong, I love having a well and being off grid in that sense. But what I don't love is, well, let me show you. Yeah, I can't drink this water. I can't wash my hair with this water. In fact, this water actually broke my brand new washer and dryer. Let me show you that. This is the part that they had to replace. You can see all the iron, and they said that because my water is high in sulfur and iron that it likely destroyed this part in my brand new washer and dryer, and I only ran it twice. Ugh. Unfortunately, my water is pretty nasty stuff. Here's just one more example. It's ruined like I don't know how many of my washcloths. Yeah. So as you can imagine, I am pretty over that. I do use the water to sometimes rinse off, and then I end up smelling like eggs, and I will wash my dishes with it, but it's all kind of gross. But in today's episode, we're gonna finally do something about that. So in today's episode, I'm going to be installing a state-of-the-art 4-part water system by Springwell Water Filtration Systems. Yeah, I'm not messing around. I went with the best of the best because after a year of dealing with bad water, I am more than ready to get this fixed. And hopefully by the end of this video, I'm going to take my first bath in this water, a full shower to wash my hair, and also be able to drink my water. So let's see if we can make that happen. Now this is a project that has been going on for a while behind the scenes, and I want to give a huge thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Springwell. Springwell is providing a whole house water filtration system. They are also going to be installing a water softener kit. Somewhere in all of these boxes, I have my water softener kit. I have a whole house well filtration system. I can drink my water out of my faucets. I could drink it out of my shower if I wanted to. And all of that is going to be installed Wednesday. So today I'm going to unbox everything. I'm really excited. I just got everything in the mail. I am going to be having my plumbers come and install this for me. It is a pretty simple process, but it's something that I just want to make sure is done correctly. Let's get to unboxing all of this. I am so excited. So the way that all this process worked, a few months ago, I sent in a sample of my water. Springwell came back and gave me the full breakdown of what was in my water and what water filtration system that would pair perfectly with my unique system to give me the water that I wanted. I talked to a real person, we went back and forth, and we decided on this system that's going to work specifically for my needs. And so that was really nice to just be able to talk through how to do it with somebody, because as somebody with no experience on wells and water filtration systems, it was definitely nice to talk to a professional and be advised on what the best course of action would be so I could get the best water possible. It's like Christmas, adult Christmas. You get excited over water filtration system. And Toby is not here today because I was like, yeah, I am not dealing with him while I try to unbox all this. Sure, he would be trying to help. Okay, yeah, this is my salt-free water softener. We are definitely definitely gonna have to do a burn barrel. And this room that I'm working in is my utility room slash second bathroom slash water filtration room. So I'm really hoping that we can fit it all in here. This is confirmed that it is something. I had to put my trash up because Toby, he's got this new thing where he goes into trash and just rips up papers. It's a new thing for him. He never used to do that, but he enjoys finding new ways to annoy us. And he always succeeds. He's very good at it. Aha, this is my UV kit. Check that out, fancy. Okay, cool. This is gonna take care of all of the sediment that was in my water like I showed you guys in the shower. So that is awesome. Very, very cool. Oh, this is the pH neutralizer. Okay, I moved the washer all the way as far as it can go by the hot water heater. And this could possibly be the space for the water filtration system. Question mark. My specific water filtration kit is going to include a calcite pH neutralizer. Then it will flow into the whole house well water filtration system. Next into the salt-free water softener. Then finally into a UV water purification system that is strong enough to kill Cryptosporidium and Giardia, which is especially important with my water because my bacteria count was high on my water test. This system is not only going to give me incredible tasting and usable water, it is also not going to affect my water pressure inside of the cabin. Springwell has built their systems with this in mind and is guaranteed. Good morning, everyone. Today is finally the day that the plumbers are coming! I am so excited. I have so much dirty laundry, so many dishes that need to get washed. So we need water. I need water. I need it. Yeah, they should be here in a bit. We're gonna get started on setting up my system and see what we can get done today. The install of these systems is gonna be super cool. I'm really excited to see how it all comes together and learn how it all works. Hoping to have everything fit in my utility room. That's currently where all of the systems live. And of course, I'm gonna take you guys along and show you the whole thing. All right, y'all, this is Steven and Dakota back. If you guys remember them, they came last year and put new water lines under my house. And they're back to help me with my plumbing system. So we're installing 4 different systems today. So they are just getting everything organized and figuring out how the system is going to fit in this tiny space. Springwell water systems are designed to be straightforward and easy enough to DIY. There are YouTube videos on their site that show exactly how to install each system, and their customer service is awesome for any additional questions. For my situation, it just made more sense to call in my plumbers to help me set it up, but it was really nice that I didn't have to rely on the dealer to come out to set up the system. You better get that. Here we go. First, we got all the systems neatly placed in my tiny little space in the order that they were supposed to go. I was super excited that everything fit and I had plenty of room to access everything as needed. Then it was time for assembly. This part was super quick, just a few knobs and heads to the systems and we were ready to go. So the very first part of this system is going to be the water sediment filter.
If you have any trash and stuff in there, it's got the ball valve and you can just open it, which it'll have a tube on the end of it that'll be drained outside and you can dump it all out.
Well, that's definitely going to be helpful for my water because there's always like a bunch of sediment. When I first turn on my shower, it's just dirt.
It's pretty wild. Like when I was seeing that the other day, all that trash being in the filter, it's like kind of grody. That's why I don't drink tap water.
Yeah, exactly. A crazy stat I found in the midst of this water saga is that 1 in 4 Americans have unsafe drinking water, and the effects of bad water can be numerous and quite serious, and that's another reason why this project is so important for my home. After everything got mounted and put together, it was time to drill some holes. So this is going to tie straight into where my water comes into my cabin. So every place that water runs into my cabin is going to be clean and filtered. Okay, they put PIX line up here. That's going to go to my sediment catcher. She's attaching some fittings to it right now. All right, y'all. It's getting hairy out here. Winds are picking up. And yeah, it is coming down. All right, Dakota, this is your moment. Don't mess it up. Looks like cat litter.
Yeah. I'm trying not to pour it again.
So right now we are pouring the calcite. It requires 2.5 bags that are very heavy. Dakota's doing an awesome job getting it in there. Oh no! Just found a way to make a mess in my house.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They charged me extra for making a mess.
All those water lines now hooked up to the next piece.
Put it down right here. And that gives you just enough.
Like I'm trying to get it about like right there.
Mm-hmm.
Then put that UV light right here in the side.
Yeah.
Where those 90s like that, I don't have to come all the way out here with this with an ID and have it sticking out farther. I'm trying to eliminate that because I'm trying to get it where the UV light is right here. You pull it out and it's not in the way of the light switch or this.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm thinking I could probably get it right there. Still have access to all this. Nothing's in the way.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the best bet right in there.
Okay. I like it. Okay, plumbers are running to the hardware store real quick. Let me show you guys the progress thus far. So I'm installing 4 systems, so we were a little bit worried about space, but they were able to situate it really nicely where I can still access my breaker box very easily. If I want to, I can easily get in here and mess with all of my systems if need be. And I think I'll still have some room to put a little bit of a pantry right here as well, which is awesome. The water comes in through my main line here to the sediment blocker. This is going to get rid of all of that sediment that lives in my well water. And then it's going to go through the calcite system. This calcite system is a pH neutralizer. So this is going to fix the pH of my well water. Then from the calcite pH neutralizer system, it is going to run into my whole house well water system. The whole house well water system is going to take care of any iron, manganese, sulfur, or any combination of the different contaminants, so that my house won't smell like eggs every time I take a shower. So it's going to rinse out of that. And then the water goes through this line into my salt-free water softener. This is going to make the water feel and taste like fresh spring water. And then the last and final piece of my system is the UV filter. This right here is going to kill any bacteria that may still be in my water. Plumbers have only been here for a couple hours. They already got all of that set up. They are planning to come back tomorrow to get it all hooked up to my main line just because it is absolutely pouring outside. And so they'll come tomorrow, hook up my water, and I will be set. I am so excited. What do we get?
A lot of stuff in one little space.
It looks great. It all worked out really nicely.
Yep. So tomorrow, once we get the water on, gotta have water in it for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I will show you how to do that. You run it in, let it set for 48 hours, run some more water in it, then backfeed it. And then it's ready to be hooked up.
Okay.
And ran completely. We just got to drill that hole down there, run the water line down. Back over there, you got your main feed coming in. Goes through this, goes over, like normal. This right here. So if something happens with any of this right here,
Okay.
turn that top valve off and turn this one off.
Okay.
Turn that one on.
Okay.
And that will feed your entire house like normal. As long as these are working, you don't have to touch that.
Okay.
This one will stay on, and that one up there will stay on. We're just ready to get it hooked up tomorrow, run water through it, test everything, make sure nothing's leaking. We'll get that surge protector in here somewhere and get everything plugged in, and
awesome.
We'll check it out.
Heck yeah. Okay guys, today is day 2 of my 4-part water filtration install. The plumber is coming back today and he's gonna hook everything up to my main line under the house. It was storming rain yesterday, so he said he would just come back today so that we could finish it up. Today we should get everything hooked in and I'll be that much closer to having water. Alright guys, so many things are happening at the cabin right now. The crawl space guys are here and they're working on my crawl space, and then the plumber is back and he is finishing up my water filtration system. So today we drilled the water line down through my floor where he's going to connect it to everything down there. And then today we'll get the water turned on and start getting the systems prepped for use. I believe this one has to have water sitting in it for 48 hours. 2 of these do, so I won't have my water today, but here in a couple days. And this smells so good. The guy who built my cabin had a sawmill, so all this is just fresh cut timber from the sawmill. And anytime you like cut into joist or something, it smells so good. All right, y'all, it's the moment of truth. Steven's about to go turn the water on. I hear it. Getting filled with water?
Yeah.
Wow, how exciting.
You want to turn your bathtub on?
My bathtub?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so all the systems are filling up currently, and I am going to download this Legacy View app because I can monitor my entire system through that app. All the systems come with a power supply, so we're going to put an extension cord, get them all plugged in, but it also comes with 9-volt battery input, so if my power were to go out, which it does often, my water systems will still be on. I can still monitor all of my systems. We gotta let this run for 10 minutes, let the water run through, and then we're gonna get them all plugged in, and then I can get everything connected to my app, and we'll be set. So everything was working and flowing perfectly through my water filtration system. The filters were filling with water as they should. Then disaster struck. Well, that sucks. And something completely unrelated to my water system failed, causing us to put a pause on this project. This is not good. Not good at all. We've run into a problem. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I've had some problems with my plumbing. Specifically when we got that big snowstorm, my whole septic system just kind of freaked out. And that was when I kind of have the inkling that my septic system, like there's something wrong there. And I knew that this was going to be eventually be something that I would have to investigate, and the time has now come. So basically when we were just running the water through the filtration system, we had to have the sinks on and the tub just to flushed all the water through. Well, my tub started filling up with water, my toilet started gurgling, and I was like, uh-oh, Steven, I think we have a problem. Then I took him out to my yard where I figured out my septic system was, just because of the way the snow melted back when. I've had this plastic box over it, so we lifted that up and there's water like coming out of the ground, which either means that my lines are clogged, like my leach lines, or my septic is full. So now I have a septic guy coming on Monday who is going to finally solve the mystery of what my septic system is and hopefully get that fixed so that we can continue on with the water filtration system project, which has now been put on pause because another problem has popped up, which is, of course, that happened because we live in this remote cabin in the woods in backwoods Arkansas, and there's always problems. We're gonna put a pause to this temporarily until we can get all of that figured out. The septic guy came and it wasn't great news. I learned my septic system completely failed and I was going to need to get a whole new one installed. Yeah, that one hurt, but y'all already saw that whole saga in an episode, and now hopefully you realize why I was doubly so stressed out, because I was this close to getting clean water and then this happened. And so a little over a week later and many thousands of dollars spent, I finally got my septic mess sorted out and it was time to try and finish my water filtration project. Okay, good morning. The septic is fixed and the plumber is finally coming back to finish my water filtration system. We had a little hiccup there, but I may finally get clean water today. And I'm really excited. This time, we finally got it. We got all the water flushed and back flushed, and my water system is officially in business, baby. We did run into one more hiccup, but it was totally an install error, and this is where I want to give a huge shout out to Springwell's customer service. I wasn't sure if something was wrong or if it was an install error, so I called them up, talked to a guy named Mike, sent him pictures of my setup, and he helped me figure out how to fix my problem. It ended up being a super easy fix. We just needed to put the back flush drain a little bit higher, but it was just so nice to talk it out with an actual expert from the company just to make sure everything was set up correctly. So I've had my Springwell water filtration system for a few weeks now, and it has truly been life-changing. I can drink my water now, I can do laundry, my sink isn't orange anymore, I can take showers, baths, everything. And it truly does make all the difference. On top of that, my water tastes incredible. I mean, it's like some of the best water I've ever tasted. It's so good. Yeah, this is hands down the biggest win for the cabin yet. Once again, I just want to give a huge thanks to Springwell for sponsoring today's video, for helping me out with this water system. I could have never dreamed for a better water system when I first bought my cabin and learned I needed one for my well. So huge shout out to them. Make sure to check them out if you're in the market for a water filtration system. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is so exciting for me. I mean, I geek out over things like water filtration systems now. It's just my life. Water is so important and I have it now. And it's a wonderful thing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.